How can a working professional understand if they are in a misaligned career or they're simply experiencing all the challenges and issues that any working professional will go through in their career journey?
I think the best way to answer this question is that there is a risk to trying to diagnose it by yourself. Just the way you should not self-medicate, and a lot of people use Google and they think they are as qualified as a medical professional, and then they experience something by trying to medicate themselves, taking an antibiotic or taking some medicine that has, that's not right for them. So don't try to do this yourself. The simplest advice I can give you here is work with a career coach, work with an expert. See, because please understand this, expertise will accelerate your journey, and an expert will be able to help you make an appropriate diagnosis, because they'll hold your feet to the fire. Otherwise, you'll end up spending so much time experimenting in hit and trial that time is not going to come back. Can you run faster at the age of 50 or can you run faster at the age of 30? So the sooner you catch this, you don't have to burn your own hand to realize that fire is hot, right? You can learn by seeing someone else burn their hand, right? So my advice is, if you want to diagnose this quickly, if you're dedicated to building a meaningful career, then make the investment of working with a career coach. Because the way to diagnose this is, see, nobody's going to spell the need out for you. Nobody is going to spell out. Your diagnosis is not one day going to appear in the paper when you wake up and it says, hey, you know what, this is your problem. It's not going to happen that way. You're going to experience symptoms, right? You're going to experience symptoms. You're feeling unappreciated. You're feeling that you don't get the credit you deserve. You're feeling underpaid. You're feeling underemployed. You've been hired for the kind of work that nobody else wants to do. You've been hired for your hands, not for your brain. You're feeling overworked. You're feeling that your age is working against you. You have an employment gap, or you've been fired. You make it till the interview, but you don't know how to break through. You don't know how to negotiate salary. So these are the symptoms that you will experience. All of these symptoms are associated with an underlying infection, with an underlying disease. Just the way when you get the common cold, right? You get symptoms. You experience a fever. You may have throat pain. You may feel congested. Your sinuses may hurt. You may have some body ache. So please understand, a career coach does that diagnosis to be able to uncover, is this a bacterial infection or is this a viral infection? And the cure that they will prescribe will be very different based on that diagnosis. It's very easy to aspire to a wonderful life. It's very easy to aspire to a great outcome. I want a wonderful house, a loving family, a fit body, excellent relationships, lots of money in the bank account. It's not difficult to do that. But these are outcomes. The outcomes will be delivered if you follow the right process. So if you want to lose weight, the process you need to follow is diet and exercise. Everything you need to be able to solve that problem you have, right? And yet people are unable to solve that problem. That's the value of expertise. Experts help you solve it in a manner where you will go through that break point, right? The outcomes are the results of following a process. The problem is, you have an existing identity, right? If your existing identity believes in sitting in front of the television and watching Netflix or Amazon Prime instead of putting in that hard work, it's your existing identity that will prevent you from being able to follow the process. And then what happens? Your disappointment with yourself deepens. You've let one more failure accumulate and define that you're not capable of succeeding. Whereas please understand, growth occurs on the boundary of support and challenge, right? So you have to push yourself to that point of failure to grow. But when you do it in the hands of an expert, they are able to help you understand what was limiting you and then be able to move you past those limitations.